Well, we're back with a little bit of something different. Uh, it is winter, January 7th today, so it's snowmobile season. I haven't put together any snowmobile video. You have to pardon me, my furnace is up there trying to keep me warm out here in the shop. But anyway, I pulled out this snowmobile was the first sled that I ever bought. It's a 1973 Columbia, and they only made them from, I believe, 72 to 74. If I can remember, maybe 71. But anyway, can't remember. But they didn't last long. But I rode this around for quite a while as a young individual. I think I got it when I was about, I want to say 17. So about 50 years ago. But anyway, we're going to try to get it running. And it has a JLO 340. All right, now this thing hasn't run, I would venture to say, in 15 years. So you can see how cruddy it looks. All the lines have calcified. It's a mess. It has no spark. It does have a points condenser set up on it, so I'm hoping they just need a little bit of cleaning. I did start disassembling. This is the cover that goes over the back of the sled. This goes the silencer that goes on over the top of the carburetor. I took that off, and I have a box of parts that again, I can't recollect how long ago it was, but I purchased another sled just like this one, same year, same color. It was a 440 instead of a 340. I paid $100 for it, and I basically wanted it for the parts. So up there you can see the hood, and there's a track and a bunch of other stuff up there that is for this particular sled, because these parts are dear to try to find. So, but anyway, what we're going to do is I need to get back in behind here. This is where your flywheel's at. And these sleds back in the day were snowmobiles back in the in the 60s, 70s. They put the engines right there. Later, they switched those and removed the fuel tank, and they would set them right up in here. But back in these times, this is where they sit. It was kind of difficult to work on them because you've got the frame and everything that you got to work around. But that's the way it was. The biggest thing was that if you didn't have a cover over the back of this thing, that would spit gasoline all over your snowmobile suit eventually. It was spitting fuel out the back of it if you didn't have a silencer on it or whatever. But I've got 3,959 miles on it, and trust me, it's seen a lot of bare ground use, I guess you want to say. That's the second pair of skis. I believe those are off for a Scorpion. Wear rods in the bottom, I've gone through probably, I don't know how many pair of those. But track has been replaced at one time. So that's the gist of it. Like I said, it was the first sled I ever bought. I can't remember what I paid for it. It was a year old. The guy that I bought it off of was a dealer. He was a friend of mine, and he sold these. He sold these, and then he went into selling the Scorpions before the Scorpion went out of business. And so anyway, we're going to play around with it. See, I've got an official mud flap on it, or snow flap. It says Columbia. The part sled that I bought has a track that has that same insignia on the track, you know, in several spots around it. And it's a good track. This is a replacement track, so it doesn't have that. But everything else is pretty much original. So it's pretty old. So we'll get at it. Well, we're going to try firing it up. I wasn't getting any spark, so followed the points and we got spark. So did some cleanup on the recoil plugs, and you can see the carburetor is off. It goes right there, and it's on the bench. Obviously, after 15, 20 years, it's not going to work. I'm not even going to mess with it. But what we're going to do is spray a little bit of carburetor cleaner in it. See if it'll pop. Turn it on. Stiff. I put some 2-cycle oil down in the cylinders. It's tight, big time. Got to be there fouled out already because of the oil. Sounded a little better. Ooh. Backfire. You know what? I got these on backwards. That makes a difference. Why she backfired. It popped. Hurt it. Oh, that hurts. Oh, for an old guy. Don't take much to win me. That did pop. So, let me see if I can get the carb cleaned up. And we'll dribble some fuel down it. See if it'll run.